I want to crush them. I want to push them down. I want to crush them in the skull. I want to punch them in the stomach and pull out the spine.
It's turbo time.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Black Ops 4 video. Today I'm going to be hooking you guys up with my top 5 class setups that I always run with. These are staple class setups that I have and I use pretty frequently depending on the map that I'm on, the kind of people I'm playing against, and just whatever mood I'm in. And these are the most complete class setups that I've accumulated throughout the release of Black Ops 4. These class setups are what tailor to my playstyle, which is I like to flank, I'm a solo player, and I like to play stealthy. We're gonna go through 5 of my best class setups, and as you can see here on the screen, it says God Gun number 1, God Gun number 2, Stealth Tactical, Stealth Sub, Stealth AR, and the God of all gods. Yeah, so this is not in any order, guys. This is just kind of like the order that I created these class setups. This is going to be God Gun number 1. The thing I like about the ICR, the reason why I chose it, it is a laser beam. You use this weapon and you put on double grip, which is what I have, and you know, put on a nice little sight depending on your preferences. Personally, I like it with the what is this, the reflex sight. And I notice in medium to large size type of maps, when I'm engaging in a gunfight, I don't even really have to be as evasive when I'm in a gunfight, because usually I like to say you gotta strafe or you gotta jump up and down and shoot at the same time to win the gunfight. On a large type of map, that's not very practical. With this weapon and these 2 attachments right here, grip 1 and grip 2, I feel like my bullets just go straight through the person and just destroys them, and I don't flinch at all. And that's the cool thing about grip number 2, reduces flinch when aiming down the sight. You can imagine, like, when you're shooting your gun's not really gonna move around that much, and I've found that is key in winning those gunfights, and that's why I've deemed it the God Gun number 1. All right, so let's go into the gear. I'm using stim shot, and because this gun is really good at winning gunfights, I tend to play a little bit more aggressive with this class setup. So that's why I like to put on the stim shot, because it allows me to get back into action and go on longer streaks, just because my health is rejuvenated to 100% a lot faster than you normally would. That's why I like stim shot. I think it is a very good gear if I were to recommend what kind of gear to use. And now we're gonna go over the perks. You're gonna notice a similar setup with my perks throughout all these class setups, so I'm not gonna talk too much about them after I talk about it here. I find that these perks that you see right here on the screen, with the exception of Scavenger, are crutch perks in my opinion. Tactical Mask is one that I really like, because look at what the description says: increased resistance to 9-bang, concussion, razor wire, reactor core seeker, tempest, ice pick. Basically everything that all the specialists can do, you have a counter to it with the tac mask. And it is so annoying when you get 9-banged, or you know, you get a EMP thrown at you, and it just kind of disrupts your overall flow of the game. And I don't like being vulnerable. I don't like being slowed down at all. That's why I highly recommend you guys use tac mask. Now, the reason why I'm using Scavenger with this is because I feel like with the ICR7, there's no other attachments here that I find to be that crucial for me to use with this gun for it to be good or effective. It's all personal preference at the end of the day. Some people like putting on quick draw, so you might want to remove Scavenger, and then that'll allow you to put on quick draw with grip and double grip. But personally, I don't think quick draw is even worth using on this gun, because I haven't really noticed any difference at all in my aiming in time. So to me, that's why I made this decision that I don't need it on this setup. Grip 1 and grip 2 is fine for me. And that's also why I'm using Scavenger on this particular class setup. So Scavenger allows me to replenish my ammo, and who doesn't want that when you're going on longer streaks? You don't want to pick up some random's weapon and you pick up like a sniper or something, and you're not really good at sniping. You're gonna lose those gunfights and you're gonna get off of your score streaks, and nobody wants that. Second perk is going to be Gung Ho. I really like this perk a lot. It's definitely a crutch perk for me. Speed is everything in my opinion, and when you are able to fire your weapon while you're sprinting and you're able to recover from sprint faster, that is huge, especially when you're trying to get away and you're hurt and you're trying to like move away for a second to heal yourself, or you're just trying to get the jump on enemies and fire your weapon a lot faster and win those gunfights. Now, the last one is going to be Dead Silence. I like Dead Silence a lot because I'm a solo player. With my playstyle, I like to flank, which means I have to go around the back and I kill enemies from behind. So in order to do that a lot more efficiently, I got to put on Dead Silence so that they can't hear my footsteps, and it also resists detection from acoustic sensor. This perk will definitely help you stay alive a lot longer, and you're gonna find that it's gonna be a lot easier to kill enemies because they can't even hear you coming or see you on the minimap with the acoustic sensor. So these are all of my crutch perks right here, with the exception of scavenger, like I explained. So you're gonna see that in the next few setups. So this is my ICR7 God Gun number 1 setup. All right, so God Gun number 2 is gonna be the Mattox, man. So the Mattox is a really good flexible weapon, and I say flexible because it is great on small to medium sized maps and large maps depending on how you use it. All right, so let's get into the attachments. We're using elo sight, quick draw, fast mags, and stock. Now this is my favorite setup with all of these attachments. It makes it a more well-rounded weapon. You get the best of everything with this setup right here. And of course, we're using the stim shot. So I'm gonna play a lot more aggressive with this weapon just for the simple fact that it is a very strong weapon. With a strong weapon, I want to play more aggressively. You're bound to get hurt a lot more frequently, so that's why I got to use stim shot. And then of course the perks are going to be the same, just as we discussed previously. All right, so moving on. So this is going to be my stealth tactical setup. Now this is a weapon I really like. I like the swordfish, and I'm using reflex on it, suppressor, and hybrid mags, and quick draw. I feel like suppressor doesn't really have an effect on the weapon's damage, and I have no issues at all. And I really like the fact that it has hybrid mags. Hybrid mags allows you to reload faster, and it increases your ammo capacity, so you get like a 2-for-1 in that. And then we got quick draw. Quick draw is really good for this type of weapon, simply because it's one of those distance type weapons where you want to keep your distance and you want to use it on longer range type of maps like jungle, icebreaker, or even payload, or just to name a few medium to large size maps basically. And you don't really want to go around rushing too hard with this weapon. It's kind of more like an in-betweener. It's a tweener, I would like to say. So it's definitely how you use it is what determines its effectiveness. As you're keeping your distance between you and the enemy, using quick draw is going to help you aim in a lot faster, and that's why I like quick draw on this setup particularly. Then we're going to use acoustic sensor because since it is a stealth setup, we don't really need the stim shot on this setup since we're not going to be playing as aggressive as we were with our God Gun setups. So the next best gear equipment would be acoustic sensor in my opinion, and it allows you to see enemy footsteps on the minimap, and it shows you which direction they're coming from, which is absolutely amazing. Like I said again, perks are going to be the same. All right, so here's my stealth setup right here for my submachine gun. I love this one, especially for smaller type of maps. Obviously, it's a submachine gun. So as you can see here, there's a similar theme with your setups. It's not about like the best setup. It's also about what kind of map you use it on and how you use it. So with the MX9, I really like the fact that I could put a suppressor on it and use hybrid mags, and I'm using high caliber as well. And I feel like this setup is definitely optimal. It doesn't really need too many tweaks for it to be a beast of a weapon. The MX9 is a really great submachine gun overall. For my secondary, I'm using the salvo so that we can take down UAVs a lot faster. When the enemy calls in UAVs and you're outside, why not switch to your salvo real quick, take down those UAVs, bam, done. You help yourself and you help out your team as well. So again, it's all about how you use it. This one you want to engage in a lot closer gunfights. Don't try to engage in long range gunfights. Use it on smaller to medium sized maps, flank around, and then attack them from behind. All right, moving along now, we're going to the stealth AR setup. I absolutely love this setup. I find myself using this setup a lot depending on my mood. Definitely experienced it to be effective on all types of maps. It doesn't matter how large or small it is. And like I said, depending on my mood, if I don't want to use my submachine gun or if I don't want to use my swordfish, I will definitely use the KN57, probably my favorite stealth setup that I've got going on right here. I'm using hybrid mags. Again, you get the best of both worlds. Reload faster, increased ammo capacity, and I got grip on, and I got suppressor. You don't really need too much to make this weapon really great. I feel like these three attachments right here are all you need to do well with it. So these three are my go-to stealth setups. It depends on who I'm playing against. If I'm really trying to stay alive a lot longer, or I'm going against better players, it's best to stay stealthy. So that's why I have these three ready to go. Now, the final setup right here is the God of Gods. I only really use this when like I just feel like messing around and I just want to just beat everyone down, and I want to crush the enemy. I want to crush them. I want to push them down. I want to crush them in the skull. I want to punch them in the stomach and pull out the spine. So that's why I like using this God of Gods weapon right here. This is the Titan, and we're using extended mag 1 and extended mag 2. Let's check out what extended mag 2 does. Maximize ammo capacity. So that means when you spawn into the game, it gives you the maximum amount that it could hold. And for that reason alone, that's why I'm not using scavenger, as you can see here, which is absolutely amazing. You don't really need to reload. I find myself maybe reloading twice a game on average when I use this setup. And then I got stock for more mobility because it is an LMG. It's a lot harder to move around with. Then let's move on with stim shot. And because again, this is a weapon that's really, really great at winning those gunfights. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, I'll leave a link down below in the description of me using this Titan and just absolutely demolishing people with it. It is crazy. That's why I call it the God of Gods. That's why I got stim shot on, because sometimes I want to play aggressive with it. And when you play aggressive, like I said, you have a tendency to get hurt a lot more often. So that's why using stim shot is going to be a really great idea with this class setup, especially if you're trying to go aggressive. All right, then we're using gung ho so we can, you know, shoot our weapon a lot faster, and then lightweight so that we can help out with our help out with our mobility. I don't think I'm gonna edit that one. I'm gonna keep that one in. All right. And then we're using dead sounds because, again, we're trying to stay stealthy. We don't want anybody hearing our footsteps. So, yeah, guys, these are my top 5 class setups that I feel like every player needs if you're trying to do better in the game. You got a whole range of different type of weapons to choose from, different types of setups for different types of play styles, whether you want to play aggressive, you know, God 1, God Gun 2, stealth tactical sub, stealth sub, stealth AR, and the God of all gods. So yeah, guys, I just thought I'd make a little class setup video for you guys. A lot of these weapons I really, really like. I think these class setups you guys are definitely gonna enjoy. So if you guys found this video helpful and you like the class setups, don't forget to drop a like, guys, and subscribe if you're new. Turn the notifications on too, by the way. I'm watching you, man. You better hit that bell. Subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and then you hit the bell. All right, because once you do that, when you hit the bell, the icon, that's when Arnold comes out and he goes, "Get to the chopper, come on, do it." That's about it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.